Hi folks, it's Mitz here from Devon. I have done 2 previous videos on everyday carry and first aid. Today I want to show you my first aid kit that I carry in my car. I'm not suggesting that you have to have any of it or all of it or none of it. It's just my suggestions and what I carry. So first of all, I want to show you this bag that I got from Amazon. It's $13.95 and I think it's absolutely fabulous. It's almost identical to the bags we used to have when I was on the ambulances decades ago, and when my colleague saw it, he burst out laughing and he said, "You can take the girl out of the ambulance, but you can never take the ambulance out of the girl." So he's absolutely right, because I'm a bit excuse me, I'm a bit over the top with first aid. But first of all, I want to talk to you about this torch. Now this is called a Shadow Hawk, and you have to hold the button down for 3 seconds before it comes on, and that's so that you don't turn it on accidentally and the battery goes flat, because it does say that you won't be able to recharge it again if the battery goes flat. So that's a bit of a worry, really. But it's a button here, it's not an end turn on button, and it has high, medium, low, strobe and SOS. It can be used as a power bank. It is zoomable and it's waterproof, IP67 waterproof, and it's classed as a tactical flashlight because it's supposed to be able to break glass if you need to. It's got 6,000 lumens. So I think it's a really good torch. I paid $21.24 for it. So I think it's a good torch. I've tested it out and it does shine for a long distance, and I like it. But that's the only thing that worries me, is that if it does run out, it seems to suggest that you can't recharge it. Anyway, let's move on. These are my Israeli field bandages. Now these are tactical bandages, and therefore in the field. Ideally, that's what they were designed for. I got this one actually from Israel via Amazon. It took 2 weeks to come, and it's about £11 something for including postage and package. And it did take about 2 weeks to come from Tel Aviv. And I'm going to open these up and show you how they work. But in the meantime, if you want to have a look at YouTube videos on Israeli bandages, you will see how clever they are. It is a bandage with a pad. It's an ordinary crepe bandage with a pad, but then it comes into its own if you need a compression bandage, or in a last resort, if you need a tourniquet. This does all of them. So it's kind of 3-in-1 bandage. And there is another version of it. This is a 4-inch, and this came directly from Amazon, and this was about £7.50 or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to open these up and show you how they work in another video. Right, now I'm going to talk to you about, of course, this is you must have emergency numbers in case your phone gets flat. So, and I keep them in this bag to hopefully keep it dry. So that's that, and a power bank. So it's always handy to have a power bank in case your phone does go flat. If you're like me and you're walking along, in rural areas and isolated areas, then if you're in trouble, then you need a power bank. So there's that one. Now, the knife. Now, I have spoken at length about knives, but I am going to do a separate video about knives in a different a video on its own about knives, and I'm going to test out the different knives and how you cut a very thick collar and which knives are best for cutting this. Okay, so I'm going to go through different types of knives. This is a Victorinox, and as you can see, it's got some really nice sharp blades on it, and it was $28.39, and I think that this is a good one to carry around with you in your first aid kit. I have also got this one, which I bought some time ago, and it is very pretty. It's very nice. It looks very nice, look, but it is really heavy and really clumpy, and it's got lots of different tools, the same as the Victorinox, but it has got the pliers, but it is really chunky, and you certainly couldn't carry this around with you walking your dog. And it has got the tools for doing screws and things like that. So it is a solid old knife, and it's handy to have in your car, but I certainly wouldn't suggest that you carry that around with you when you go for a walk. You'll be very tired. So now what I'm going to show you is the other bandages that I keep here. Now I bought these, and there are 6 of them on Amazon. Let me have a look. I don't know if they're all in here or not. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 5 or 6? 5. And as you can see, they're nice and big. They're vet wrap, and they stick to themselves. So, but you must have padding underneath these. You mustn't put these straight onto flesh, because if they tighten up, it could cut off the supply. So you have to have some good bit of padding underneath. And that's one of the reasons that I carry all this stuff here. This is just stuff that I had for first aid. And so I just keep this. This is the kind of thing that you need to have underneath it. Something that's like some kind of felt or gauze or something, a cotton wool or something, so that then you put that on top of there. But first of all, of course, if it's a cut, you should have something like melalin that is sterile, and you put that directly on the cut, and then you can dress it afterwards. So let me have a little look here. These are all my little bits and pieces. There's scissors, there's a few paracetamol, there's some gloves, and the magic wet wipes that I did show you in the other video, so I won't show you again. I don't want to bore you. And I've got to keep this video shorter, otherwise I'll be going on forever. Okay, so they're the magic wet wipes. You just put them into water, and all of a sudden they become a magic wet wipe. Okay, so let me have a look what else I've got. There's some more gloves there, and some pins, and a lighter, and more blanket pins. I have explained about blanket pins in my other videos, so to explain why you might need these, and some more foil blankets to wrap up your dog or a person. This isn't just for dogs, this is for people as well. So I keep that there, and my business cards, those out the way there, and some antibacterial spray, a thermometer, scissors, pen, more of these things, and another scissors, some other sticky stuffs, and some antibacterial wipes here, and some Beecham's powders. They're always handy to have. And some more scissors, and some more of these things. So that's what's in the front pocket. Okay, and some more of these things there. So this, the magic water, I keep this in there. This is $4.99 from Amazon, and you can use it on eyes and ears and mouth, and it's 99.9% bacteria. It kills 99.9% of bacteria in seconds, and it is just like water, so you can use it on anything. Use it on your eyes, anywhere at all. It's completely safe. You would never know that this was actually like magic. Okay, so then I have got a neck brace, and you can use this on a dog if you needed to. If the dog was injured and you need to stop it chewing, you can, like licking at its wounds or something. In an emergency, you could put this around its neck to stop it, because it's all padded. Okay, so this is all just bandages and padding and elasticated stuff there, and some more of that. And now these are Goodell Airways, and these are not for dogs, these are for people. But I'm just going to show you. I have got these from Amazon, and there's 4 of them, and it's to keep an airway clear of a person. So you've got different sizes, A 3 would be a woman, a 4 would be for a man. And so I suggest that you have a look on YouTube to see how these would work to keep an airway open, especially if you need to do resuscitation. They're essential, really. So they're called a Goodell Airways, and you get 4 for about £6, I think. They're not expensive, but they are certainly, and even if you don't know how to use them, they're handy to have because somebody else might. You might have a doctor there or a nurse. And some more bandages. This is all stuff just for padding to go underneath any of these. That's all those are. And this is a CPR face mask. Now, I have got another one somewhere here. I keep this in my purse. And it's just £1. And it's called a HyperGuard. And it's a face shield with a mouthpiece, and it's a one-way valve, and it costs £1, as you can see. And it's just that if I come across somebody and I'm out walking my dog or whatever else, and then if I've got this with me, I can just do resuscitation on them, and so that I don't have to have mouth contact with them. But this is obviously better because this forms a seal around them. And you can blow into here and use your Goodell Airways and then keep the airway clear. But what I suggest you do is you do some first aid courses if you haven't already, or study on YouTube, and that will help you to understand how these all work. Now, this isn't something that I carry around with me, but I just want to show you that I have got it. And it's called an ambu bag. And because we're older, then I want to make sure that I have got stuff that might keep us alive for a little bit longer. So I have got an ambu bag. Okay, I'm not suggesting that everybody needs one of these, but I'm just showing you that I've got one. Okay, so, and I have also got, now this caused, I'm telling you, we laughed so much about this because this was our rescue plan. Can you see it all right? Okay, so this is, I was telling my husband, because he knows nothing about first aid. So I was telling him what to do if I collapsed. And I tell you, we laughed so much about it. I can't tell you, because it is disputed what I'm going to say now, because in my day, you could, well, a few years ago, you do resus to a song called Nelly the Elephant. And the reason that they've stopped this now is because they said it's a bit embarrassing, and the people that might be watching you do it really wouldn't be impressed if you were singing Nelly the Elephant as you were. If you don't know what Nelly the Elephant song is, you can look that up on YouTube. But it's not the fast version, okay? It's not it's not that one, okay? It's nice and steady. Well, we did laugh about that because he was going through this and imagining that he was talking to the emergency operator while he was singing Nelly the Elephant, while he was trying to save my life. Anyway, that's us being silly. Okay, now, some more melalin. Okay, so you put those on a cut and they don't stick and they're sterile. And also I've got some paraffin gauze dressings here. When I was a child, my dad was a chef, and he swore by these for anything to do with cuts and burns, and I got very seriously burnt on my legs. Some boiling fat came down onto my legs from the stove, and these actually saved I've got no scarring at all. So obviously you would cool the burn down with water as is instructed, but then I use these. I'm not suggesting you do, but I'm just telling you what I do. Okay, and then I've got some first aid cream. So I'll keep that wrapped up there in case you need it. And some protection from insects spray. Let me have a look. What else have I got in here? Oh, some poo bags and afterbite stick. And this. Now, I'm going to show you this. If I can get it out. Okay, this is a splint I got from Amazon. Hope you can see it all right. There we go. A splint from Amazon. And I don't think it was very expensive. I can't actually remember how much it was. But definitely worth having if you can afford it to have, because it's 36 inches long. And apparently it does the job really well. So there you go with that. And some tweezers, different tweezers that I got from Amazon as well, and a triangular bandage. These are just big dressings, post-op dressings. Okay. Right, now, triangular bandage. This can be used for a sling, for a person, but it can be used for lots of different things. And the way it actually can work is that, let me just show you. Let's see if I can give you an idea of what you can do with this. Let's say your dog has got a piece of glass sticking out of it and you need to dress it, or if a person has got some glass sticking out of it. But what you can do is make a donut. So you turn this around and around and around. Can you see it? You turn it around and around and around and around like this. I'm just doing this quickly. Around and around and around and around. And what you actually do is then you make a circle with it. And you bandage it around and around like this. I mean, this is really amateurish, but it's just to give you an idea. And then you can make a dressing, a donut dressing, so that it goes over the object. If it's sticking out, say a bit of glass is sticking out, you don't want to put a bandage straight on it. So here you can make a ring bandage to put it on, and then you put a bandage over this. Okay, so that's what you can use for a triangular bandage. It can use for everything. It's really, really handy, and they're cheap. They're, I don't know, £1.50 or something like that. But you can use it, of course, as a sling and a tourniquet if you have to. So you can bandage your head or anything. So a triangular bandage can be used for everything. Always handy. All of the old stuff can really be good sometimes. Okay, have I got everything? I think that's got everything. And I always carry a spare lead. These are leads that I had made for me. They are police style training leads, and I'm going to talk to you all about leads in a video called Let's Talk About Leads. Okay, so I'll talk all about those there. And let me see, a clicker and a whistle. So I'm going to, as I explained in the other videos, I'm going to talk to you about whistles and the whistle game and how to hopefully play the game so that it encourages your dog to come back at a speed of knots very fast. The dog comes to look for you, but also it can be used in an emergency to call for attention. Okay, so there's some fabric strapping and some microporous tape. So that's a really quick emptying out of my first aid bag. So there are other things that I want to talk to you about, but I'm not going to discuss them today because they'll take too long. Right, now I would please ask you to subscribe, and because it will help the channel to grow. As you know, it's a very new channel, and I want to try and get out to the people there so that they can maybe help them with problems that they will have, because I am going to talk about how I have helped many behavioural issues with dogs, especially rescue dogs in the past, using clicker. And I want to explain to you how it works, because it can work with a dog regardless of age or size. And when dogs are shut down and you can't get near them, I want to show you how I worked with them using clicker, because it's a unique sound. There's no other sound like it, and the dogs soon learn, really learn fast, is that this click means that it's making me very happy. and it gets a treat, because food is a survival, and so the click means a treat. One click, one treat. You don't always have to click, but if you click, you have to treat. But I'm going to go through all of that in a later video. So in the meantime, please click on the link below to read my book if you would. It's totally free, and I've written it especially for you, and it's to run alongside these videos. So the videos and the book run together and complement each other. So it's totally free, and just click on the link and it should open up. Obviously, if you open it up in a laptop or a tablet, it will be easier to read. And you just click on the right-hand side of the page and it should click forwards. And you click on the left-hand side of the page and it will click back. So I hope that you can open it up all right. If you've got any problems, let me know. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon in the next video. Bye for now.